Okay, Unit 12, Harmonizing and Transposing from Keith Snell and Martha Ashley's Fundamentals of Piano Theory, Level 4. This is the last level, or the last unit I have to record in this book. And transposing is always the last level or unit I have to record in every book. I don't know why, I just do not like transposing. It's not hard, I just find it so... I don't know, I just don't like transposing. But it's necessary. So I already wrote in what the chords were. I had some bad handwriting, so I had to erase some of them and do it again. So when you're writing in what the chords are, you have to look and see, first of all, in the directions, how many chords do they want in each measure. So for this first page, they want 2 chords for every measure, 2 different chords. The second page, they only want 1 chord for every measure, so keep that in mind. The second thing you need to look for is what are the notes in the melody. When you're writing in and harmonizing the melody, you need to kind of match the notes in the melody with the notes in the triads for your left hand. So for my my melody here, for my first 2 notes, I have a G and a B. Well, the only chord that matches that is my 1 chord, where I also have a G and a B. So it wouldn't make sense to put the other 2 triads with these 2 notes, because it would sound very clashy and it wouldn't harmonize very well with each other. So that's something that I kind of make sure matches. So all of my chords match, and I'm just going to go ahead and write in my Roman numerals. So I'm in the key of G. I have a 1 chord, 4 chord, 5, 7, 1, 1, 4 chord, 5, 7, 1 chord. My handwriting is just like not up to par today. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's a Friday and my brain knows that it is time for a nap. Anyway, so there's my chords. And now it is time to transpose. So I think harmonizing is the easy part because you can play it on the piano, and if it just does not sound like it is flowing well and the notes do not sound well together, you can always just try a different chord, and they gave you your options. There's only 3. So it's pretty easy process of elimination. That being said, this is not the only this is not the only, what's the word I'm looking for? Wow, it is a Friday. This is not the only, this isn't the only option that you have. Oh my. There's other chords that could have worked in here. So just keep that in mind as well. Oh my, this is going to be a fun video. Okay, so now we need to transpose to D major. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chords that I already have written in my left hand, and I'm going to transpose them to D major. That's the easy part. I know my 1 chord, my 4 chord, and my 5, 7 chord for D major. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to slide this up here. So I'm going to start with my 1 chord for D major. D, F, A, boop. My 4 chord now. D, G, B. My 5, 7 chord. This is where I just have the hardest time writing 5, 7 chords in half notes. Getting that stem in between. Ugh. Oh, I did it bad. I did it bad. This is why I was having to erase before. Okay. But that'll do. That'll work. 1, 4, 5, 7, back to 1. DFA. 1 again, DFA. 4, chord. 5/7 chord. I'm gonna be smart and I'm gonna start up there. Aha! My dogs are going crazy. That looks bad. Excuse me. Springtime is here. Oh, that looks bad too. That's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. BGB. You know, I don't get it. Sometimes my handwriting is just like unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. And then sometimes it is just the most awful looking thing I've ever seen in my life. I just don't get it. Okay, so there's my chords. All written out. Same chords as I have up here, just in the key of D major. That is step 1. Now we gotta look at our melody. I'm gonna take it measure by measure. And what I do is I do a combination of my scale degree and interval reading. So I'm gonna start G major. I start with the G here. That's the first scale degree in G major. So I'm gonna start with the first scale degree in D major. I'm gonna start on a lower octave for D major because I noticed that this is just keeps getting higher. And this is the lowest note that I have here. So I'm gonna start on a low D, because I don't have that much room getting higher and higher. Now I'm going to do interval reading. I have a third going up, so now I'm going to go a third higher here. Now I'm moving by a step higher. So now I'm going to move by a step. Can't forget that slur. Okay, now I have a C to a C, that's a unison, so I'm going to stay the same here, a G to a G, moving up by a step, a C to a D, so a G to an A. Oh, now I am moving down a fourth. This is where, like, if I don't really want to do those intervals in my head all that much, I can switch back to my scale degree. So this is an A in G major. A and G major, that's just my second scale degree. Okay, so what's my second scale degree in D? Okay, that's an E. I hope this is not too confusing. This is just my personal thought process. And I know my thought process, it does not work for everybody. And that's okay. It does not have to. If you have something that worked better for you and it gets you the same notes in the end, that's great. As long as it works. Okay, this is same note, moving up by a step, moving up by a step, moving up by a step, same note, and moving down by a step, moving up by a step, moving down by a step, moving down by a third. Ooh, big slur. Halfway done. I'm just going to check this here. This is the third in G major. This is the third in D major. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Okay, now I noticed that this measure here, this is just the same as this measure, so I'm just going to kind of copy and paste it. You can do that too. There's nothing wrong with that. So looking at this is the same as this, so this is going to be the same as this. D, F sharp, and a G. Boom! Easy peasy. I think that's my favorite thing to do when I'm writing in like like MuseScore or in Finale is like, ooh, copy and paste. Don't have to do hard work. Just copy and paste. Okay, here, same note. Going up a step, going back down a third, and back up a step. Boom, 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 boom. This is why transposing is not my thing. Like, this is not enjoyable for me. I can just write it in a program and then just click the button and you can transpose it to whatever key you want, and the computer just does it for you. I understand why knowing how to do this is an important tool as a musician, but like, the computer can do it for me. That's also an important tool as a musician, is to know how to put it into a computer and have the computer do it for you. Because then, why work harder when you can work smarter? You know what I mean? And plus, it's a lot more accurate. Like, humans make mistakes. Like, if you've watched my videos, you know I make mistakes. Oh, thank God we ended on the tonic. Whew, and we're done. But computers don't make mistakes. And we would have been done with this, like, how long is this video now? Is there like a time crunch here? How long is telling me? 11 minutes, we would have been done in half the time. And that's it. Okay, that's it. Easy peasy. Next page. Oh yeah, okay, so I'll hold it here in case you need to like pause the video or something. Next page, we're in a minor key. It's important to know we're in a minor key because when we're writing out our 5/7 chords, you need to make sure that you're writing in your accidental for that raised 7th scale degree. In D minor, the raised 7th scale degree is C sharp. Only time you really need to write in a C sharp is when you're writing in that 5/7 chord. You notice that there's no accidentals written in for your right hand. There's going to be no accidentals written in for your right hand when you transpose it. If there is, something's wrong. The only time you're going to have an accidental written in and when you transpose it is going to be in this measure and this measure, because those are the only two measures that you have a 5/7 chord written in right there. That's it. Okay. Directions say use one chord in each measure, and that's what I did. So I have a 1 chord, I have a 4 chord, 1 chord, 5/7 chord, 1 chord, 4 chord, 5/7 chord, and a 1 chord. First things first, I need to transpose those chords in my left hand down here to the key of G minor. I'm going to write it down an octave to give my right hand some wiggle room. G, B, D for my 1 chord. G, C, E flat for my 4 chord. G, B, D for my 1 chord. Here's that 5/7 chord. Oops, there's my Roman numeral. Back to my 1 chord. Back to my 4 chord. My last 5/7 chord. And my 1 chord. Last time. Okay, so there's your left hand written out. Same chords as the line before. I'm just gonna go ahead and write G here. G minor. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing as I did before. This is D minor. I can see that it starts on my 1st scale degree in D minor. So I know I'm gonna start on my 1st scale degree in G minor, which means I'm starting on a G. So I'm just going to go ahead and write a G here. And I can see I'm moving by step. Moving step up, step up, step down, step down. So step up, step up, step down, step down. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I think my doggy saw a cat outside. And then don't forget to add in a slur. When you're transposing these pieces, if there's anything that's written up here, staccatos, marcatos, accents, dynamics, accidentals, fermatas, anything that's written up there, repeat signs, you gotta write them in down here. So don't forget about that. Okay, next measure, I'm starting on my second scale degree in D, which is E. So I'm going to start on my second scale degree in G, which is A, and I'm moving step up, step down, step down. Step up, step down, step down. Boop. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit here. But no, my handwriting is just like not super duper. It is just not super duper. Okay. Starting on the third scale degree. Oh, those dogs must have seen something real awesome outside that they want to get to. I'm going to start on my third scale degree here, which is a B. And then I'm moving up by a third, down by a third, down by a step. Up by a third, down by a third, down by a step. And that's the first line. Okay, let's look at this second line here. This measure is the same as this measure, which means this measure is going to be the same as this measure. So I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite this measure down here. G, A, B flat, A, G. And that's another reason why I like programs, music notation programs, because guess whose handwriting is awful? My handwriting. My handwriting's awful. So when I'm looking back at my music that I wrote, I'm probably going to question a note or two. But if I'm looking at a computer's handwriting, I'm not. So that's another reason why I would just rather do it on the computer. Okay. Here, there's a G, and in the key of D minor, G is the D, E, F, G. It's the fourth scale degree. So I need to find the fourth scale degree in G. G, A, B, C. C, move up, up, down, down, all by steps. So up, up, down, down. Then second scale degree, up by a step, down by a step, down by a step. Up by a step, down by a step, and down by a step. And that's it. It's all transposed. Wowee. And that's the end of this unit.